this sporting event on KMA-FM 99.1. Brought to you by the KMA Sportscasters Club.
Hey, thank you, Don, and a good evening to you from a gusty Tri-Center High School here in Neola. It's a Western Iowa Conference baseball battle. Treynor, Tri-Center at it. Trevor Mader with the call alongside Ethan Hewitt, KMA-FM 99.1, Clarinda Shenandoah, and video streaming online, KMAland.com. Already one batter in. Mason Yoakum of Treynor went down just moments ago with unassisted ground out to first. Now it's Brock Wallace up to the plate. He's pitching tonight for Treynor, the second hitter in the lineup for Coach Scott Wallace's Cardinals. As I mentioned, I'm joined by Ethan Hewitt. Ethan, new to KMA land, getting his toes wet tonight here with some baseball action. And Ethan, it's turned into a windy Wednesday evening.
The wind has certainly picked up quite a bit here, but nonetheless, temperature's great. Great night for baseball here under the lights as it gets a little dark here. Nelson is dealing so far here.
And two teams atop the Western Iowa Conference. And as he just mentioned, Leighton Nelson on the bump for Tri-Center. We'll get the lineups for you here in just a moment. The 0-2 to Brock Wallace is chopped up. It'll stay in the infield. Coming underneath from second is Caden McDermott. And Leighton Nelson right now working two quick outs for Tri-Center defensively. Now defensively for Tri-Center, Leighton Nelson on the bump, Jackson Johnson catching, Brett McGee at first, Caden McDermott at second, Trent Kojal at short, Mason Rohatch at third, Justice Weirs is in left, Jackson Valadez in center, Ethan Alfers in right. Here is Jackson Schumacher. He's been the hot bat as of late for the Cardinals. Sends one to right, and underneath it, and there for the out is Alfers in right field. So three quick outs for Leighton Nelson ends the frame. We go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here on KMA-FM.
Seeing is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com. Bedford Drug offers more than just your prescriptions. They are now providing immunizations, including flu, pneumonia, and shingles vaccinations. Plus, they offer prescription synchronization for your convenience. Stop in and visit with pharmacist Mike Schweitzer for more information. See their expanded gift selection, too. Convenience, competitive prices, and people willing to help. Just a few reasons that Bedford Drug is the pharmacy with more for you. Get professional and experienced advice on the spot. Bedford Drug on Main Street in Bedford.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMA-FM 99.1. Clarinda Shenandoah, Trevor Mader, Ethan with you from what you've turned into a pretty gusty night in Neola. It's cooled off a little bit. But Leighton Nelson, he was hot in that first inning, at least on the bump. He works a couple ground out, a couple of flyouts. Could ask for a much better start. If you're Tri-Center, now they turn over to the bats. It's been hot lately for the Trojans.
For this Tri-Center, one of the better offense certainly in the Western Iowa Conference. Big reason why they're 16-1 so far. Best point difference in Class 1.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't remember what it is. Fourth is what I had it at somewhere earlier on this year. But they're playing well right now, led by Max Kojal. 16-1, 10 on the Wig. Their one loss was early in the season to Underwood. They avenged that loss last week with a blowout win over the Class 2A ranked Eagles. Now it's going to be Mason Romatch, Trent Kojal, and Brett McGee leading things off for Tri-Center. Everyone gets on. Justice Weirs will join the fun. Defensively for Treynor, Brock Wallace is on the bump. Jackson Schumacher behind the dish. AJ Schultz at first. Mason Yoakum at second. Charlie Shruggy at short. Caden Snyder is at third. Brady Kaufman at left. Peyton Chapman in center. Brock Poland is in right field. First pitch from Wallace is outside for a ball. Wallace comes in. Typically when he's not pitching, will catch. He's got a 7.16 ERA. Going to play baseball collegiately at Southwestern Community College. Here's a 1-0. Chopped to short. Shruggy on two hops. Can't get it cleanly, and running it out to first is Rohatch, and that play kind of thwarted with the bobble by Shruggy.
Certainly a Tri-Center building a little bit of momentum here early.
So Rohatch gets the leadoff single on, or maybe you call it an error, whatever you call it. It's a base runner for Tri-Center, and that's what they care about most. Here's Trent Kojal now up to the plate, playing shortstop tonight. for the Trojans.
Treynor is certainly going to have to limit those mistakes tonight, taking on a team like Tri-Center.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is give a team that already has offensive firepower free bases. It's not what you want to do. In Koschel, 5-10 on the year, 621 on base percentage, 941 slug. He's got more extra base hits than he does singles this year. 26 hits, 14 of which have been for more than one bag. He sits on that one, and it's going away for a ball, 1-0 the count.
As you mentioned, all those extra base hits, 6 triples so far this season for Koschel.
Yeah, he's got a homer to his name as well, and then 7 doubles. So 1-0 the count from Brock Wallace to Trent Koschel. These two teams met last week. It was a 14-2 Tri-Center victory. As that pitch is belted to left center. That is back, and that is off the wall. They'll send Rohatch around from third. Throw was bobbled in center by Chapman. Rohatch is in standing, and moving to third is Trent Koschel with a triple. So it's an RBI triple, add another base hit for Trent Koschel. And Tri-Center, the bats hot early on here, Ethan.
Certainly, this is exactly what you wanted here. If you Tri-Center, use that advantage that you got, and a couple of mistakes here early from Treynor.
Here comes Brett McGee up to the plate, playing first base for the Trojans. He's a standout in cross country as well. Was a key part of some team success they've had. First pitch to McGee, gets by the catcher Wallace. They will send the runner. Koschel sliding in to throw, got past Wallace, who came over to cover the bag after it went away from Schumacher. And just like that, the first 2 base runners of the night cross home plate for Tri-Center. It's 2-zip.
Well, great awareness there from Koschel to see the ball get away. And once again, Tri-Center capitalizing early on these mistakes from Treynor.
A couple errors have been able to help Tri-Center get a couple of runners on the board. Now Brett McGee is sitting on a 1-0 count. Get Tri-Center 16-1, 10-0 in the wick. Here's the pitch from Wallace. It's just outside for a ball. Rest of the lineup for Tri-Center tonight: Justin Swears in the cleanup spot. Leighton Nelson is in the 5-hole. Jackson Johnson 6, Caden McDermott 7, Ethan Alfers 8, Drake Newland, the designated hitter in the 9-hole. As that one is just low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Wallace right now not finding the strike zone the way he would probably like.
Certainly a couple pitches there they might have wanted to go the other way. A bit of a tight strike zone so far tonight. See if he can find it here.
Here's the 3-0 from Wallace. Gets away again from Schumacher and put Brett McGee on the base pass. 3 batters, 3 runners on base for Tri-Center, bolstering that on-base percentage that already sat at .604 coming into tonight.
Well, Wallace is certainly going to want to keep an eye on McGee there over at first.
Yeah, McGee's got a little bit of speed. It's Justice Weirs, the cleanup hitter, comes up for Tri-Center. He started the season off at a really hot clip. Was the Jim Hughes Real Estate Cam-A-Land Athlete of the Week in the first week of the baseball season. First pitch is upstairs for a ball. So right now, Wallace struggled a little bit with command and has been able to give Tri-Center a couple of runs on the board. Here in the bottom of the first, Weirs steps out of the box, takes a practice hack, now steps back in. Brett McGee at first after reaching on the walk. Sits on that one, it's low, and then Schumacher came up trying to get McGee, but the ball slipped, and Brett McGee takes a base. Tri-Center with a runner in scoring position. And Justice Weirs was an RBI machine to start the year. He leads the team with 30, hitting .491 of the year, only a junior. This comes after having approximately 0 at-bats last year. Couldn't crack the lineup. Has been a mainstay this year. He fouls that one when it looked like off the end of the bat. Brings it to a 2-1 count. Again, if you're listening, you could probably tell it is really windy right now. If you've never been to the baseball field or the high school here at Tri-Center, it's kind of at the bottom of the hill behind the high school. And there is a nice breeze.
So we're sitting in that nice pocket where the breeze just is.
There's a 2-1. Weirs took a big swing at that one, misses, brings it to a 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, 2-zip Tri-Center. The 2-2 from Wallace to Weirs. Fouled it off the awkward part of the bat.
Like he might have wanted to check up a little bit on that one.
Yeah. Weirs will step back into the box after spoiling that pitch. And Brock Wallace on the bump for Treynor. Scad Scott, the head coach. Coach Wallace in his second year took over for KMA Sports Hall of Famer Bob Mantell. Took the Cardinals to the state tournament last year. Here's the 2-2 from Wallace to Weirs. Now he'll check instead and keep McGee honest at second. Now Wallace will step back on the hill and get ready for the 2-2 to Justice Weirs. Weirs, a righty, facing Wallace, a righty. And the 2-2 again fouls it back to the fence. Spoils another one.
Well, good defensive swing there from Weirs. Not
Yeah.
sure you're going to get that call up there, but
So it's back-to-back pitches he's been able to spoil. They've got Leighton Nelson waiting on deck. 2-2. On its way from Wallace after he checks McGee. Very methodical delivery, and now that one again fouled by Weirs. And you got to remember too, Ethan, there's, the Iowa High School Athletic Association mandates a pitch count that, pitchers are only allowed a certain amount of pitches per game, obviously per week as well. And, in the grand scheme of things, any pitch you can spoil might come back to benefit your offense later if you can run a pitcher off.
certainly so. Tri-Center doing everything right so far early in this game. Working on Wallace's count.
Another 2-2 from Wallace to Weirs. On its way. That one again, chopped foul right in front of our faces. And that is the 4th pitch in a row spoiled by Weirs, and now he's kind of laughing at it. He knows he's, when you're spoiling pitches like that, it's all about timing. And he knows he's just a second here, a second there, away from either being able to get a knock or at least move a base runner. Again, nobody out, 2-2 count to Justice Weirs. Here in the bottom of the first, Tri-Center already sitting on a 2-0 advantage.
Don't forget about McGee there on second.
Now Weirs chops one along the third base line. It stays fair. Snyder doesn't have a throw, and it puts runners on the corner. So Justice Weirs waits for the pitch he wants. He gets it and gets a single to keep the line moving and bring Leighton Nelson up to the plate.
Well, phenomenal plate appearance there for Weirs, as you mentioned. Spoiling a lot of pitches, and in the end, you end up getting on base as well.
So Leighton Nelson up to the plate, the pitcher tonight. He's been stellar on the bump this year. A standout multi-sport athlete for the Trojans. I think when most people think of the name Leighton Nelson, basketball is the sport that would come to mind. And definitely, if you're from Treynor and the miraculous, almost half-court game-winning shot he had against them earlier this year in a game that helped the Trojans split the Western Iowa Conference title, is a game that I had the call of, and one of the most entertaining games I've ever seen. Nelson shows bunt, pulls back, it's low for a ball. Led the Trojans to a sub-state final appearance in basketball under head coach Chad Harder. He's also a member of their golf team. He's sitting on a 1-0 count and steps back in the box.
Nelson, part of that big-time senior leadership group on this Tri-Center team. It's a very, very experienced lineup here for Tri-Center.
Nelson lays down a bunt. Wallace has to come sliding in, can't glove it. It scores McGee. Puts runners at first and second. Weirs to second, Nelson to first. And McGee scores. Brock Wallace kind of didn't, he put that in a really bad spot for the Treynor defense because Wallace has to come off the hill. He tried to slide it, grab it, couldn't get it cleanly, and now we'll get a defensive meeting for Treynor. Already 3-zip Tri-Center here in the bottom of the first, and I think we're going to see a courtesy runner for Leighton Nelson. We will. And it looks like it will be, I don't have a number 10 in my lineup yet. I'll have to pull up the old roster. That happens to me at least once a game where I'm not ready for it. There is not a number 10 unlisted on quick stats. I'm going to guess it's Sean McGee.
Potentially Sean McGee.
I believe that is Sean McGee because there's 2 11s listed in the lineup. Nonetheless, there's a runner at first. Also, you've got Justice Weirs at second. Here's Jackson Johnson up to the plate. He sends one to left. That'll land for a hit. They'll send Weirs. No, Weirs kind of stumbled a little bit. They'll put the brakes on Weirs, but it's a bases loaded opportunity now for Tri-Center. Move the runner at first to second. Weirs to third. Jackson Johnson on with a 1-pitch single. He'll be courtesy ran for.
No fear there from Jackson swinging early on that first pitch.
Things going well for Tri-Center now. And again, we got the numbers are a little off here. We've got a number 3 on the base pass. There is not a number 3, at least on the varsity-bound roster for Tri-Center. We'll try to sort that out maybe in a break here. Still nobody out. Tri-Center leading Treynor 3-0. They've got the bases loaded. The 7-hitter, Caden McDermott, up to the dish. And Ethan, anytime you can get to your 7-hitter in the first inning, you know things are going well for you offensively.
Certainly a very positive bottom of the first here. Bases loaded, as you mentioned. Getting deep into the lineup.
Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike. Brings it to a 1-1. Again, Brock Wallace pitching. Jackson Schumacher catching. Usually that's, if Schumacher isn't pitching, he catches. And usually when Schumacher pitches, Wallace catches. So these two very familiar with one another. Here's the 1-1. It was inside on McDermott. He kind of shies away from it. It brings it to a 2-1 count. Tri-Center 10-0 in the WIC right now. 10-1 actually, led by head coach Max Kojal. And the 2-1 is just low for a ball. Mentioned their only loss was to Underwood. It was an 8-7 thriller back on June 3rd. Haven't had much trouble since then. They've won 10 in a row, looking for win number 11. Here's the 3-run from Wallace to McDermott. On its way, and that's high for a ball. It'll walk in a run. So move McDermott to first, the runner at first to second, the runner at second to third. Scores Weirs. And the first 4 batters for Tri-Center have crossed home plate. Treynor still yet to get it out. And now Ethan Alfers will come up to the plate, right fielder. He's another standout basketball player for the Trojans, who made a sub-state final. This shot one's outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Alfers is going to take his hooping talents to Morningside. Playing for the Mustangs. So the 1-0 from Wallace to Alfers. On its way. So big breeze picks up, and that one misses outside for a ball. Makes it 2-0.
Wallace really struggling to find the zone right now. Can't seem to find any area right now. He's struggling on the inside, trying to go the outside now. Still not getting the call he wants.
So the 1-0 from Wallace to Alfers, the right fielder for Tri-Center. Sends that one right to Snyder. Gets by him in left. It'll easily score 1. They'll send the runner around, and it's a 2 RBI opportunity for Ethan Alfers. And Tri-Center just keeps the line moving. First 6 runners get on the board. Not an ideal start for Treynor. I wonder if we won't see Brock Wallace's night on the hill done as Dad Scott comes out having a conversation with them. And they are going to give the baseball to someone else. And I'll sort out who it is. I think it's Charlie Schrage. It is. So Schrage will warm up. We'll take a break. 6-zip Tri-Center. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first on KMA-FM and video streaming KMAland.com.
For over 25 years, Chat Mobility has provided you the latest technology, competitive prices, and a nationwide high-speed network. Though important, we're a whole lot more. We serve your hometown communities, sponsor your local chambers and events. It's our goal to work hard while giving back to those who graciously support us. At Chat Mobility, our interests are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
Find your place at Northwest Missouri State University. From day one, experience a university like no other. In the classroom, you'll find career-ready academic programs and hands-on learning, not to mention championship sports teams and clubs. Find your passion and your people. Plus, textbooks and a fully loaded laptop are included in your tuition, with $19 million in scholarships and aid available. They also have a 97% placement rate. Visit nwmissouri.edu to apply today. Northwest Missouri State University, where Bearcats connect.
Well, welcome back to Neola on KMA FM 90.1. Clarinda Shandow, also video streaming online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader, Ethan Hewitt with you here tonight from Neola. Western Iowa Conference battle. Tri-Center's offense, it was hot coming into tonight, Ethan. It's been hot so far in the first inning, up 6-zip.
Certainly keeping up what they've been doing this season. I mean, taking advantage defensively as well of some mistakes by Treynor.
So Charlie Schrage now into pitch for Treynor. We'll get the defensive substitution sorted out for you. Here's Drake Newland, a designated hitter, up to the plate. I believe they might have just done the old switch where Schrage was playing it short and Wallace was pitching. I think they just traded, looks like.
I believe that is what it looks like. Wallace now short.
So the 1-0 to Newland popped up. Coming over is Wallace from short. He calls for it, and there's the first out of the inning. And they go back to the top of the order, though, here in the first with Mason Rohatch. Again, nobody, well, now one out after that, but Tri-Center gets 6 runs before Treynor can muster an out. Justice Weirs had a single, Leighton Nelson had a single, and the RBI triple from Trent Kojal. We'll be up here in just a moment. Now it's Rohatch with 1 gone, and runners at first and second. That one misses high and outside for a ball. Get you the numbers on Schrage. And he comes in. He's a freshman, 2-0 record, 3.42 ERA. Opponents are hitting .260 against him, though. Here's the next pitch to Rohatch. It's inside for a ball. Mason Rohatch pitched the first time these two teams played, put together a stellar performance that allowed Tri-Center to escape with the 14-2 win. He's sitting on a 3-0 count right now. That one misses low, and that should be ball 4 unless they had the count off on the board. And it looks like they did have the count off on the board. Because otherwise it would have been a 4-0, but it must have been a 2-0, and now they call it a 3-0. Here's the 3-0 now from Schrage to Rohatch. Upstairs for a ball. Rohatch gets on base for the second time in this inning. That brings Trent Kojal up to the plate. RBI triple earlier on. Kojal going to play baseball at Northwest Missouri State for Coach Darren Lowe's Bearcats. Getting 1 gone. Bases juiced for Tri-Center in the bottom of the first, up 6-zip. Kojal sits on that one and gets by the catcher, Schumacher. Able to glove it, though, before any base runners can get daring, and it's a 1-0 count. Kojal's already got his uniform dirty. That's always a good sign in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. Kojal sends that one into left, and the runner will tag. Sliding and scoring safely is the runner McDermott on the flyout from left. So there is 2 gone after Kojal flies out to Brady Kaufman. That's kind of an obstructed part of our view, so I had to be kind of cautious with the way you navigate that. But nonetheless, it's another run driven in by Trent Kojal. Now up comes Brett McGee, who reached on a walk earlier on in this inning. 7-zip Tri-Center. Times that one up in the gap. They will send Alfers around. He took a wide turn, but he'll get in, and it's an RBI for Brett McGee. It moves Rohatch to second. It puts the runner at third as well. It moves Rohatch to third, but it scores a run. It's now 8-zip Tri-Center.
Well, that senior trio to start off the Tri-Center lineup. Rohatch, Kazil, and McGee. Doing what they've been doing all season for these guys. McGee coming off of a strong performance yesterday as well in the win over Missouri Valley. He's 3 for 4 at a double. Another double to his name today.
That one is fouled back by Weirs. You go back to earlier in this inning, Weirs had the at-bat that felt like there was 57 pitches thrown, just kept spoiling. I think there were 3 or 4 pitches spoiled before he finally got one that he wanted. And the end result was another base hit. Now Weirs sends one to left, chasing is Kaufman, but it's going to drop. And they will score 2. Weirs gets to second standing, thinks about circling for third, but he stumbles, and it's 2 RBIs for Justice Weirs. And make it 10-zip Tri-Center now.
Well, what a phenomenal offensive clinic here for Tri-Center. In the bottom of the first, almost halfway through the lineup again here in the first.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. I mean, I've seen teams kind of start hot or put together big innings, but I mean, they went all the way through the order. Their 9-hitter was their first out. You don't see that much. That's the case so far here tonight. Is now Leighton Nelson comes up and played his second at-bat of the inning. Again, 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. And already Tri-Center's in a spot where, I mean, if they could keep the shutout going or just, keep trading runs, this game could see a premature end after 5 innings. But I mean, we're a long ways from that. Still only the bottom of the first here in Neola. 2 gone. Runner at second. That one's a strike from Schrage to Nelson. And the runner at second is Justice Weirs, who just drove in 2 runs a moment ago. So an 0-1 count with 2 away. Brock Wallace got the start on the bump for Treynor as that one's popped up in the infield. Caden Snyder is underneath it, and he will get there for the out. And that's how the inning ends, but not before Tri-Center gets 10 runs on a bunch of hits. Not even going to try to tell you how many because there's a lot. 10-zip, we go to the second here on KMA-FM.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night, 246-1803, or after hours at 712-310-9248.
HawkeyeFord.com. It's where you'll find a complete selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. It's also where you can estimate your trade-in value and receive a no-hassle quote. Since 1988, Hawkeye Ford has been offering a high level of customer service and a commitment to making the process of buying your vehicle an enjoyable one. They strive to deliver 100% satisfaction every time you visit their location on Highway 34 east of Red Oak or on their 24/7 location, HawkeyeFord.com.
Welcome back to Neola here on 99.1 and video streaming online, KMAland.com. It is 10-zip Tri-Center leading Treynor. We go to the second. It'll be Caden Snyder, A.J. Schultz, and Peyton Chapman due up in this inning. Now, Ethan, if you're Treynor, not the start you wanted if you're Tri-Center, obviously the start you wanted when you can put 10 up in the first.
Certainly so, and you hope Nelson can keep up what he did in the first as well. 3 up, 3 down, first inning.
Yep. And, I mean, the numbers show he's been stellar so far this season. You look at Leighton Nelson's stats, .26 ERA. It's gonna win you more games than it won't. He's got an 0-1 right now to Caden Snyder.
Yeah.
That is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Or 1-1 the count, rather. So Nelson this year is senior. Ethan mentioned earlier, they've got a lot of seniors in the lineup. He's thrown 27 innings. .26 ERA, 36 strikeouts, a whip of just .82. That's in there for a strike. You always want to have that whip under 1. You feel pretty good with the way things are if you can do that.
Out away, 5.
And he's been, kind of maybe a little bit of I don't want to say a surprise, but I don't know that you would have pegged him as their ace coming into the year. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did Snyder go? No, they're going to say he didn't. And it's a 2-2 count.
Close call there for Snyder.
Yeah, he was pretty close. So 2 balls, 2 strikes from Leighton Nelson to Caden Snyder. Nelson launches the 2-2. Snyder swinging all the way, goes down. First strikeout of the night. And up comes A.J. Schultz. So Tri-Center had 14 batters in that first inning. Treynor's had 4 up, 4 down so far tonight. A.J. Schultz playing first for the Cardinals, steps up to the dish. Again, defensively for Tri-Center, Leighton Nelson pitching, Jackson Johnson catching, Brett McGee at first, Caden McDermott at second, Trent Koschel at short, Mason Rohatch at third, Justice Weirs, Jackson Valadez, Ethan Alfers the outfield. That one is playing just inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. So 1-0 to A.J. Schultz.
Schultz has certainly been one of the better offensive players this season.
Had kind of a late start of the season, wasn't able to play right away as that one is low and inside for a ball. That's been something that's kind of plagued Treynor this year as well. Injuries and some ineligibilities and that stuff. They had Ryan Bach, who would have been a key contributor for them. He had a knee injury, unable to play this year.
Good pitch.
As that one is a called strike. Now Grady McKern, who started first base for them earlier this year, he went down with a hand injury early part of June. He's out for the year. So things have not gone the way the Cardinals envisioned this year. It's a 2-1. I mean, they've still been able to put together a good record, 11-5, 11 wins in the WIC, as that one is low for a ball. 3-1, but they've kind of been a little bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. They've had some, they had a nice win over Underwood. Here's the 3-1. That's timed up into the glove, though, nicely of Rohatch. That is a big play.
Handled the hot corner well right there, Rohatch.
So now bring up to the plate Peyton Chapman. 2 gone now. To the F5. Now Peyton's dad, Joe, the girls basketball coach at Treynor. Joe, a Bears fan. Peyton named after Walter Payton, I've been told. First one, low for a ball, 1-0 the count. At least that's what I was told after I'd misspelled Peyton on Twitter earlier this year. Here's the 1-0 from Leighton Nelson to Peyton Chapman with 2 gone. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Of course, Coach Chapman of Villisca grad too, so I got to give credit where credit is due to us Villiscans. 2-0 now the count from Leighton, or 1-1 the count from Leighton Nelson to Peyton Chapman. Again, here in the top of the second. 2 out, nobody on. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
One more.
He put it where he wanted it. It's a 1-2 count. So far in this inning, Caden Snyder struck out, A.J. Schultz lined out. And a 1-2 offering to Chapman. Called, strike 3, got him. It's another clean frame for Nelson. We go to the bottom of the second. Treynor trailing Tri-Center 10-zip here on KMA-FM.
Iowa Western Community College has important news for you. If you're a high school senior trying to figure out what your next step in life will be after high school, consider this. Students learning trade-specific skills will get you into the workplace quicker, making a good living and having a lot less college debt. Iowa Western offers 1- to 2-year programs in nursing, welding, industrial tech, and advanced manufacturing, plus many others. Great skills and great pay in less time. Talk to Iowa Western Community College in Clarinda and Shenandoah and start planning your future now.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider by many of the world's leading brands. OSI delivers leading-edge food solutions for product development as well as processing, and much of it is done from their Oakland, Iowa plant. Being a leader in the industry allows OSI Oakland to give back to the communities by sponsoring area high school events, offering special programs for veterans, and other community outreach programs. To learn more, visit osigroup.com and search for the Oakland, Iowa location.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMA-FM 91 and video streaming online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader, Ethan Hewitt here with you tonight. It is 10-zip Tri-Center. We go to the bottom of the second. Jackson Johnson, Caden McDermott, Ethan Alfers. Anybody gets on base, it'd be Drake Newland joining the fun. That would mean they've gone through the order twice in 2 innings if they get there. Johnson had a single and scored a run in the first. They had 2 guys, 3 guys scored twice in that inning. 7 total runners score with 10 runs. Charlie Schrage on the hill. one to Johnson. This is for a ball. One on the count. If you're just tuning in, it was a big inning for Treynor. They put 10 on the board. Johnson sits on that one. It's a ball. Treynor 16-1, 13-1 the year in the wick.
Johnson being a little more patient here in this at bat, obviously. First pitch swinging in that incredibly productive first inning for Treynor.
2-0. Sits on that one. And now he's got a 3-0 count. Treynor right now, it just seems having trouble finding the strike zone. You know, sometimes you get down big, you get a little flustered, and pressing things. Johnson threatened to leg kick, time one up, but it misses well high. And it's a 4-pitch walk to start things off. And up comes Caden McDermott. To the mound work. To the hill for Treynor, and Johnson will be courtesy ran for.
Well, as you mentioned, a lot of those injuries for Treynor and a lot of players not being able to play, it's caused them to have to rely a lot more underclassmen, including Strag, who's just a freshman this year. Called into the second inning after that huge first.
And there's a shot to left. It's drifting foul, and it will go foul from Caden McDermott. They had Loic Helvey step up earlier this year and come up with some big plays for them. He's not in the lineup tonight. Jackson Schumacher's been their go-to guy. He's only a sophomore, so this is a Treynor team that, you know, I think maybe this year won't be indicative of. I mean, they put together good years, selling this is high, but you know, maybe some bumps were to be expected this year. They lost a lot of really great pieces from last year. The reigning Can-Am Pitcher of the Year, and Drew Peterson, Christian Martins, Nate McCombs, and Ryan Bach being out with an injury. 4 big names from last year in that state tournament team. Here's the 1-1 to Caden McDermott. In there for a strike, makes it a 1-2 count. And if you're Schraggy, that's what you want right now. You want to throw strikes.
They need a bit of a wild at bat with Johnson in that previous plate appearance.
And missed low, missed high, missed inside as that one swung on and missed, and down goes Caden McDermott. And Ethan Alfers, who reached on error and scored a run back in the first, will come up to the plate. With one gone at Treynor, holding on to a 10-zip lead in the bottom of the second.
As you mentioned, a big confidence booster there for Schraggy to get that strikeout. See what he deals here.
Swing and a miss. Runner went down the line and getting back safely on the throw to first to A.J. Schultz. And it's an 0-1 count to Ethan Alfers. I mentioned earlier, Alfers is going to play basketball at Morningside for the Mustangs. Kind of a lanky player. Here's the 0-1 from Schraggy to Alfers. That misses outside. 1-1 the count. 10-zip Treynor. They've got a runner at first with one gone here in the bottom of the second. Already sitting pretty. As Alfers times that one up. It is drifting foul, and it'll go foul. And it's a 1-2 count now. The outfield here at Treynor, 365 to straight center. Is only 290 in the corners, so you know, with the way the wind has kind of been carrying that, you send one to the corner just right, it's probably going to be a dinger. Here's the 1-2 to Alfers. He was chasing all the way. It's an uncaught third strike, but a runner on first means that Alfers goes down. There's 2 away for Treynor this inning, and the 9-hitter Drake Newland up to the plate.
A good bounce back here from Schraggy. Tough first at bat, a lot of wild pitches, but he's honed in a little bit and getting guys to chase on those last couple of bats.
So Schraggy getting ready, trying to, you know, work clean. 3 clean strikeouts would be nice. You're not going to score 10 runs right away, but you got to just give yourself a chance. Newland pops that one up. Schumacher in pursuit, up against the fence, but it goes on the other side of the fence. It's an 0-1 count. He was going to go all the way. He was looking. If it was in play, he was going to make a play. So the 0-1 now to Drake Newland, who did pop out back in the first. Runner at first, 2 gone. 10-zip try center. Newland again pops one up. Schrage calling for it, but coming over from third and getting it is Caden Snyder, and that's how the inning ends. So Tri Center gets a leadoff runner on with a walk, but nothing more. We go to the third. 10-zip Tri Center on KMAFM.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
Nutrien Ag Solutions is your leading agricultural retailer of crop inputs and expert solutions. And they're your choice in the region for top-of-the-line products and customer service. When nothing short of the best is your standard, talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Missouri, Coyne, Percival, and Essex, Iowa for fall application and products. Nutrien Ag Solutions, growing your crops and your bottom line.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMAFM 99.1 Third to Shenandoah. We go to the third Tri Center leading Treynor 10-zip. We're going to turn things over to Ethan Hewitt. It looks like Brock Poland up to the dish.
So are there three for the Cardinals? We Brock Poland, Brady Kaufman, Charlie Schrager.
7-8-9 for Coach Wallace's squad. Right now, you just want to get someone on. Been able to do that so far.
First pitch is swinging and miss there for Poland.
Poland, another youthful piece in the lineup for Coach Wallace's squad.
Hitting 300 so far on the season. As well as he's been efficient when he's on the pads. One pitch on the way. Another swing and miss.
This is a Treynor team that offensively has been hitting well. Ethan, 336, 472 on base. You expect at some point the hits are going to come.
Certainly, we'll see here if Nelson can get another quick out. 0-2 pitch. About to be on the way. And a chopper here to third. And it will be a bit of a wide throw.
Rohatch took kind of an extra step, really wound up, but able to get it though down the line to McGee at first.
Quick first out here for the Trojans. 7 up, 7 down so far.
What point do you let the pitcher know, hey, you're sitting on a perfect game? I mean, we could see a 4 or 5 inning perfect game if the score stands. Are you telling him that?
I don't think you are. I think you just let him do his thing right now. Clearly he's in the zone. I think you let him stay there. Finds the zone on that first pitch. Quick 0-1 count.
Got Brady Kaufman, a junior, and 289 on the year, playing left tonight.
0-1 on the way. Finds his zone again.
Now he's got Kaufman in a tough spot too because he sat on the last two. 0-2, definitely not a pitch that's in your favor.
Certainly not. You got to be defensive here, but again, like you just said, throw something nasty most likely.
Well, he did what he needed to do there to at least keep it alive.
Knocks it foul there on the first base line. Keeps it at a 0-2 count. 1 out so far. Third. Once again, a big first inning for the Trojans to give them a 10-0 lead they have at the moment.
The wind hasn't really died down much.
Pitch in the dirt there. Nelson's going to bring it to a 1-2 count.
Defensively for Tri-Center, Late Nelson pitching, Jackson Johnson catching. He's been their go-to catcher for a while, also quarterback on their football team.
Certainly you like having a lot of multi-sport athletes on your team. Pitch on the way. To the side there.
And if you watch Jackson Johnson, it's kind of a neat story behind him. He was originally, when he started playing high school football, was a guard. Ended up transitioning to quarterback when Bryson Freeberg, a multi-sport standout, and graduated.
This one bounces up into the air at the second base. Feel it, and it's going to be
that took a really weird and high hop. I don't know if it rolled off the hill or what. I couldn't really see, but then it also, I don't know if it hopped off the bag or if it helped Kojal a short make the play, but I don't think you'll see a hop like that again tonight.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced off the bounced off the second base. It's a difficult play there.
You know, it gives it so much hang time too that, I mean, you give Kaufman a chance to really run things down the line, which is what he did.
Treynor ground this one to second. Throw to first is in time for the second out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, McDermott spun, looked like he thought about making the throw to second to get Kaufman, then decided that was not the best play. Right now, if you're trying to start, you just want to keep working out.
Certainly get a runner in scoring position now. And we will see what Jochen can do here as they get back to the top of the order. First pitch is swung on and driven here in the center field. Gets past, and a little bit of a mishap there in center. The runner's going to score here from Treynor.
Yeah, Valadez in center just lost it for a moment. That allows Kaufman. I mean, he gets it. Kaufman probably stuck at third, but with that bobble, Kaufman able to turn the corner. And also will put Mason Jochen in second. So a little bit of life for the Cardinals here in the third inning.
And going to potentially extend this game a little bit more. This game alive. As Brock Wallace steps up to the plate. We'll have a quick meeting on the mound between Johnson and Nelson.
Starting to turn things over. Second time through the order. That's always probably the most important time. So you have kind of a feel for one another. Then obviously maybe the third is the most important if you get there, but you rarely do get there.
Wallace steps back into the box. First pitch on the way. Finds his own quick 0-1 count here for Nelson.
I had some heat on it. It was so hot. Jackson Johnson not able to glove it. Nonetheless, still a strike.
Pitch on the way. In the dirt. Going to even out a 1-1 count.
Good job by Johnson keeping that one in front of him right now with the runner in second. Last thing you want is a pass ball, kind of a deep backstop here in center as well. Probably runner not have much trouble getting at third. Shraggy.
And this one is rounded foul down third base line by Wallace.
Seems like Treynor in this inning, Ethan, definitely coming out with more of an intent to put the ball in play. If you can do that against when you're playing against a pitcher that throws strikes like Nelson, that's the thing, you just got to swing the bat.
Certainly, just try to build that momentum, get guys on base, capitalize on those opportunities as well. 1-2 pitch to Wallace on the way. A swing and a miss. As Nelson's able to retire the side.
It's a big strikeout. Treynor gets one across, can't get any more. We go to the bottom of the third, 10-1. Tri-Center leading here on KMAFM.
Why choose Malvern Bank? Because Malvern Bank is an education bank. Malvern Bank provides online, informative resources and teaches people financial literacy. Malvern Bank takes the time to answer your money questions on the phone, in person, or online. As an education bank, Malvern Bank wants their customers to be mindful about money. To become a Malvern Bank customer, visit their website at malvern.bank and be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Malvern Bank, they build community. Member FDIC.
America is choosing to be a healthier nation. That's why so many people choose a Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and offer a full range of vitamins, non-prescription medicines, cold remedies, and convenient items for you and your family. And when it comes time to have a prescription filled, you can always count on your Health Mart family pharmacy to do it right. Take your next prescription to Oakland Pharmacy in Oakland, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
We go to the bottom of the third. Treynor got one across to the top of the third. Tri-Center leading 10-1. And Ethan, they've got a very good part of their lineup coming up.
Certainly, so the top of the order. Roach, Kazil, and McGee have been a big spark for this offense.
Treynor still got Charlie Shraggy out on the bump. And if you're just tuning in, Brock Wallace got the start. Didn't get out of the first inning. Shraggy's come in. He kind of in damage control. He's done well.
Certainly the freshman able to get out of that second inning. A couple of strikeouts to his name, as well as forcing a flyout to end the second. But as you mentioned, he's going to be facing a trio of tough batters here. Rohatch reached base on an error and also was walked in the first inning. Looked at an actual hit to his name here. First pitch in the dirt from Schraggy.
Second time these two teams have met. The Treynor Tri-Center, very familiar with each other. Probably no love lost either. Western Iowa Conference rivalry. I mean, Treynor just down the road here in Potawatomi County.
0-1 pitch on its way. A big swing here directly to
Nice play by Snyder.
Snyder over at third base, handling the hot corner well. A quick first out here for Treynor. Be a brief discussion between Schumacher and Schraggy.
Western Iowa Conference action tonight, or not really Western Iowa Conference action, but involving Western Iowa Conference school and a Hawkeye 10 school for that matter. Underwood up 10-5 on Shenandoah in the second inning, so runs galore in that one. Clayton Lewitt, an RBI double just moments ago for the Eagles.
Trent Kazeel at the plate now for the Trojans.
Kojal being a lefty, you know, when you don't see a lot of lefties, that can maybe kind of throw you a little bit.
Had an RBI triple in the first inning for.
He's going to play baseball at Northwest.
1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, just foul down the first baseline for Kajil.
I don't know how many, I can't remember many KMA land baseball players, at least on the Iowa side, that have gone on to play collegiately at Northwest in recent memory. But Kojal going to do so next year.
1-1 pitch to Kojal. Swung on again here, pulls this one way foul.
He is swinging right now like he wants another extra base hit, which, I mean, hey, he's been doing that so far this year. He's got, he had 14 coming in tonight. He's got 1 tonight, so he's looking for extra base hit number 16.
Had a pair of them yesterday as well in the win over Missouri Valley, a double and a triple. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to stay fair down the first base line. Kajil's going to round first, heading to second here. And he's going to get in standing at second. Another extra base hit for Kajil here.
I think if you're Coach Max Kojal, that's got to be something that, I mean, obviously you don't plan, but when his son Trent comes up to the plate, you got to be really feeling good with, hey, not only are chances are is he going to get on base, he's probably going to get extra bases, which means in theory, if you've got runners on the bases, they're going to get extra bases as well. And you only got 4 bases to do, so you do the math, that's probably going to score some runs.
Certainly so. Runner in scoring position now for the Trojans. This one is fouled off by Brett McGee. McGee was walked and also had a hit as well in the first inning.
So I mentioned McGee, a standout cross-country runner as well for the Trojans, was a state medalist in Class 1A.
Second pitch is going to bring it to a even 1-1 count.
McGee had opportunities to run collegiately as well, and decided he's just going to go to Iowa State as a student.
Third pitch popped up foul here to the right.
It lands in the parking lot.
Bit of distance on that foul ball there. Brings it to a 1-2 count.
You know, here at Tri-Center, Ethan, you're at the bottom of the hill, so the cars are parked uphill, so not very often you're going to put one in the parking lot.
1-2 pitch on its way. A little low and outside there from Schraggy. Brings it to an even 2-2 count. (10-1) game here in the bottom of the third. Tri-Center looking to build on their lead. Chopper here to the third. It's going to be bobbled there by Snyder. And that is going to allow McGee to find his way to first base.
Did that kind of look like it was caroming towards the bag as well? I know it's kind of at a weird angle from us, but it looked like maybe if Snyder doesn't get in front of it, that could, if it doesn't drift foul, be right on the line. It's a moot point now because Tri-Center sitting well, runners on first and second with one out.
Certainly a close call there, as that will bring Weirs to the plate. Weirs, one of the batters as well, that saw a couple of appearances in the first inning. First pitch a little high for Schrage. Makes it a quick 0-1 count.
Tri-Center kind of picking up where they left off back in the first inning.
Runners on first and second for the Trojans. Pitch on the way. He's going to find the zone there. Makes it even 1-1 count.
And right now, if you're Schrage, the best thing you can do is damage control. You know, you don't want to give up more runs here, put yourself and your team in more of a bind.
This one hit high and far into left field here. Going back to the warning track, and this one is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Weirs to extend this to a 13-1 lead for the Tri-Center Trojans.
Okay, that might have been an announcer's jinx because as soon as I say that, Weirs with the shot, and that means, you know, we do a thing, Ethan, called #WhoHomered. Well, who homered? Justice Weirs just homered.
Justice Weirs, big-time home run. Was co-leading the team with 3 as he takes the sole lead now after his 4th home run of the season.
And like I said earlier, he did this with 0 at-bats last season. Tri-Center had some experience in the lineup, didn't work his way into a lineup. I'd say he's earned it this year.
Certainly so, putting in the work this season so far as Leighton Nelson makes his way to the plate. This one's going to be popped up into shallow right center field. And it's going to be fielded by Ethan Alfers in right field.
I feel like, I know, you know, maybe in a 13-1 game it doesn't feel like that, at least from the outside, but you always want to get that out after giving up a big play. If nothing else, it just maybe kind of settles you in a little bit.
So it makes it 2 outs on the inning. Bases are empty. Jackson Johnson, catcher, steps up to the plate for the Trojans. First pitch swinging once again. He's going to miss that time, making a quick 0-1 count.
Now, a reminder for those of you that are listening at home, the mercy rule is 15 runs after 4 and 10 after 5.
Another big swing and a miss. Johnson. Schrage trying to regain that composure a little bit here, finding the zone. 0-2 pitch on its way. That was a little high and inside. Brings it to a 1-2. Johnson fighting back a little bit here.
Wind is yet to die down tonight, if you can't tell.
That pitch is well in front of the plate there in the dirt. Brings it to an even 2-2 count. Johnson has found his way on base in all sorts of ways this season and leads the team in walks right now as he holds on that high pitch. Bring it back to a full count, 3-2.
He really thought about that one, chose otherwise. I'd say he knows what he's doing.
So full count pitch on its way. He's going to hold off on that one. He's going to pick up his 19th walk now on the year as he makes his way to first.
And, you know, being able to draw that many walks, one, obviously it shows discipline, but two, it shows his experience. And this is a guy that's been in the lineup for a handful of years for Coach Kojal's squad. And it's Michael Treynor, by the way, I just heard is a courtesy runner. Not the former Chargers and Falcons running back. Not to be mistaken.
Caden McDermott now up the plate. Another one of these strong seniors for the Trojans. Schrage's going to check on Treynor there at first. Always something you want to pay attention to when they bring in those pinch runners. First pitch to McDermott. Big swing and a miss on a low pitch there from Schrage.
And with 2 gone, I think we're going to see Treynor be kind of aggressive right now because you're kind of in that, you know, definitely on contact, he's going.
2 outs, nothing to lose on any contact. 1-1 pitch on its way. He's going to make contact with this one, lines it into center field, into the gap. Treynor round second, making his way to third here. He's going to whoa up at third, however. Single there.
Second one of the night for Caden McDermott.
And also pushes Treynor over to third. Runners on the corners now.
Now, when I mentioned this earlier, in our pregame, that I'm probably the worst person in the world when it comes to keeping book, but 7 of the 9 batters to get to the plate for Tri-Center tonight have a hit, and 8 of the 9 have got on base.
Certainly, as we mentioned, that offensive powerhouse this team has been so far this year. It goes all the way through the lineup, as we've seen here tonight.
And that was something that talking to Coach Max Koschel earlier on this year, he really liked that, it didn't matter that, they're 1 hitter, they're 8 hitter, all finding ways to get on base and make contact.
1-0 count here with 2 outs. Brings it to a even 1-1 count now. Strikey trying to claw out of a hole here, allowed a 3-run homer. Earlier in this one's got runners on the corners now. Pitch on the way, a big swing and a miss. Once again, we'll bring it to a 1-2 count.
Tri-Center obviously sitting well, up 13-1. They've outscored Treynor 27-3 right now through not even a game and a half.
As you mentioned, 14-2 win last time these two teams met last week. Even 2-2 count now, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
And Treynor in that game, they threw their ace Schumacher as well. That's kind of the interesting part about that one.
This one lined here into left field. It looks like it's going to stay fair. We'll drive in another run here for the Trojans.
So Treynor puts on the wheels that time.
Able to advance from first to third there, put himself in good position there for line drive to left to drive him in. Make it a 14-1 ball game now. 2 outs in the top of the third, which we have a quick meeting on the mound. Could potentially be seeing another pitching change here.
Caden McDermott at second, Ethan Alfers at first. 14-1 Tri-Center leading Treynor in this Western Iowa Conference battle. Again, coming into tonight, Treynor was 13-1 in the WIC. Treynor very much in play as well coming in, but they were 11-3, 11-5 on the year, but that first inning just been too much for them to overcome up to this point.
And it looks like we will have a pitching change. Caden Snyder, the former third baseman, is going to step onto the mound. Get a few warm-up throws in here.
So we'll let Snyder warm up as we're still in the third here in Neola. 14-1 Tri-Center on KMAFM.
At PCSB, we believe in helping our customers and our community grow, and service is how we do it. This is about making banking better. We are here to serve. We have an innovative spirit and a heart for people that moves us to do what's right. Because at the end of the day, we know what matters most. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. PCSB, we believe in you. Member FDIC.
When people ask me what my dad does, I still don't have exactly the right answer. This is Sadie, and my dad is Shane from Shop Ag. I know he takes calls and texts early in the morning and late at night. I know he does research to find the best products at the best prices. And I know he says, I'll get that done for you. But I guess I'm still not sure what all is involved in every aspect of agronomy. But I know my dad does it all. Call Shane at Shop Ag and see for yourself. 712-520-1333.
Welcome back to Neola and KMAFM 99.1. Another pitching change for Treynor. Caden Snyder now on the bump. Charlie Schrange's night is done. And Ethan, Tri-Center, continuing to stretch that lead out. It's now 14-1.
Certainly so. They'll be at the bottom of the order here. Drake Newland will be the first up here that Snyder will face. Throw hatch on deck, potentially getting back to the top of the order once again.
And this is kind of a big situation in terms of the whole aspect of the game, because the runner at first right now at Alfers, if he's able to score and Tri-Center can work a clean inning, this game would come to an end after 3.5 innings. So Treynor would love to not have that happen.
Newland steps into the box. 2 outs, 2 runners on, pitch on the way. And Newland will take that first pitch for a strike.
What you want to see from your pitcher? Gets a couple warm-up tosses, comes out, first pitch in the zone for a strike.
Snyder finding the zone early. Gets into a quick 0-1 count. Pitch on its way. This was going to be popped up here right above us. Heading on top of the dugout. That was a close call.
Not going to lie, I might have got a little scared.
Good foul ball there from Newland. Keeping us on our toes over here.
Yeah. I'd say that's maybe the closest I've came to a foul ball.
0-2 count for Newland. 0-2 on the way. That one's going to be a little outside there. Quick throw to first. Close call there for Alfers.
Alfers able to get back safely, and looks like Schultz at first just didn't have a play to make the tag. But now Alfers, what does he do? Goes back to another giant lead.
1-2 count now, 2 outs. Here at the top of the third, pitch on its way. And a swing and a miss from Newland is going to retire the side as we'll head to the top of the fourth now.
14-1 Tri-Center through 3 here on KMAFM.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen, CPAP, BiPAP, lift chairs, or diabetic shoes, Rogers Pharmacy has them all. Let their family serve your family. The full-service, family-owned, independent Rogers Pharmacy, located in Tarkio, Mound City, Maryville, and St. Joe. Visit RogersRx.com.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMAFM 99.1. Clorinda, Shenandoah, Trevor Mader, Ethan Hewitt here with you tonight. And Ethan, things clicking right now for Tri-Center, 14-1. Leighton Nelson continuing his night on the hill. And Tri-Center definitely, I'd say, in a pretty good spot. Anytime you're up 13, you're in a good spot.
Certainly, whenever you get that double-digit lead, it's always pretty comforting, both for you offensively and also for Nelson to know that he's not necessarily under any big pressure at the moment, other than the fact that he could be going for
a one-hit game.
One-hit game,
yeah,
so far.
And Treynor was able to get a couple of runners on back in the third. They scored a run. Brady Kaufman had a single. And now up to the plate is Jackson Schumacher, the 3-hitter for the Cardinals. He has been the go-to for them offensively this year. He's about every night, but it seems like lately been able to go deep. He's done so already 6 times this year, so always a threat as that one hops to the fence back to Jackson Johnson. He'll get a new baseball, and it's a 1-0 count from Leighton Nelson to Jackson Schumacher. Schumacher, again, we say this a lot with these small school kids, multi-sport athlete, a member of Treynor's state medalist sprint medley team. Plays a little football as well. He's got the 1-0 count from Leighton Nelson. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0 the count.
Well, it certainly has helped him to become a very useful two-way player for the Cardinals, as you mentioned. It's been the offensive go-to, but it's also been pretty solid on the rubber as well so far for the Cardinals.
And I'm sure as Western Iowa Conference coaches see him hit dinger after dinger, here's the 2-0 in there for a strike, I'm sure they think, oh no, he's only a sophomore. We've got 2 more years of this. Whereas Scott Wallace, head coach, is like, hey, he's only a sophomore. I've got 2 more years to try to hone him in even more. Here's the 2-1 now from Nelson to Schumacher, who belts one to short. Kojal, clean throw, sidearm toss to first to McGee, and there's one gone. Again, if Tri-Center can hold Treynor scoreless and put 2 across in the second, or in the bottom half of the fourth, rather, that would end this game. But if you're a Treynor, you just want to find a way to at least, you want to get this down to 9. You want to put the pressure, I'd say, on Tri-Center.
Certainly, Caden Snyder up to bat, and I was going to tip this one. Foul off the plate.
Snyder 0 for 1 tonight. He's started the game at third. Now he's been pitching. Treynor's not having out of the bump they were wanting. Brock Wallace started couldn't get it out. Charlie Schrage came in. Now Snyder. Here's the second pitch to Snyder from Nelson. It's in there for a ball. 1-1 the count. Now Treynor last year, first year under head coach Scott Wallace, they had some ups and downs in a shortened season because of COVID. They came in, they were the 5 seed in their district. Ended up making the state tournament, as that one is in there for a strike. And then they get the 5 seed. They beat AHSTW by 15, a team they'd lost to earlier in the year in the districts. They turn around, they beat the top seed Tri-Center. Then they had a thrilling win over Clarinda in a district final, beat Kemper in a sub-state final, as that one is popped up foul by Snyder out of play. Get to the state tournament, they play a Van Meter team that was the #1 seed. Took them to the ropes, but ended up coming up just short in a thriller. And right now, down 14-1 to Tri-Center, who's got a 2-2 count. Leighton Nelson and Caden Snyder. 1 gone in this inning, and Snyder swings and misses. There's now 2 gone. Leighton Nelson gets another strikeout. I've got that as his 3rd of the night. Up comes A.J. Schultz to the plate. Now Tri-Center, 16-1 on the year, 13-1 on the WIC. Very veteran-heavy team. Would love to get back to the state tournament. They were there 3 years ago. Ran into the beast that is Newman Catholic. That seems to be a common theme in Class 1A. As here's the pitch to Schultz. He took a big cut at it, but misses.
That was a great pitch there from Nelson. Start off the at-bat.
So an 0-1 with 2 gone from Leighton Nelson to A.J. Schultz. Softball game going on tonight as well. That one started a little bit earlier. Here's the 0-1. Schultz again, a big swing. And Nelson 1 pitch away from working out of this inning. 14-1 Tri-Center here in the top of the 4th. Leighton Nelson on the bump, only giving up 1 hit so far, and only 2 base runners. And here's the 0-2 from Nelson to Schultz in the dirt. Johnson gets a piece of it as it rolls to the right side.
Well, this middle of the lineup is what Nelson would have needed to have worried about coming into this one.
Yeah, but it hasn't really had to tonight.
Certainly not. None of these guys have been able to get a hit so far today between Schumacher, Snyder, and Schultz.
And the only knock coming from Brady Kaufman, the 8 hitters. Here's the 1-2. Johnson tried to frame it, but it's just inside. And that's a tough one to take, too. You know, sometimes it can be a little deceptive. 2-2 the count from Leighton Nelson to A.J. Schultz with 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. Nelson launches, swing and a miss. He threw it upstairs. Schultz was chasing, and it's a clean frame for Nelson. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Tri-Center leading Treynor 14-1 here in KMAFM.
Hi, it's Alexis with Sugar Makery. At Sugar Makery, we're all about making life sweeter in our treats, in our gift arrangements, and of course in our customer service. We believe that life is made sweeter by giving back to the communities that give so much support to us, and that's why we're proud to be part of this programming. We hope you'll allow us to tempt your taste buds or help with your next customized gift arrangement very soon. Find us on Sharp Street in Glenwood and Conifer Lane in Council Bluffs.
Well, welcome back to Neola here on KMAFM 99.1. Trevor Rader, Ethan Hewitt here with you tonight. Western Iowa Conference baseball action. We apologize for the technical difficulties there. Sometimes the bandwidth will kick you off, and it's 14-1 at Tri-Center leading Treynor. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Now, if Tri-Center is to put 2 runs on the board, that would end this game and give Tri-Center the 15-run win. Now, if they don't and Treynor can't get any across or less than 3 in the 5th, that would end this game as well. So I'd say Tri-Center's sitting well at Caden Snyder in right now for Treynor, but Ethan right now tonight doesn't matter who is out there for Treynor. Tri-Center's found a way to get on base and get across as well.
Certainly, and once again, we face the top tough of the order. Rohatch will lead off the Trojans here.
And Mason Rohatch, as well as Trent Kojal and Brett McGee up to the dish for Tri-Center in this one. In this inning, Justice Weirs, who homered last time up, will have an opportunity as well. He had a 3-run knock. A couple of big hits tonight for Tri-Center. Trent Koschel's had a double, had a triple, scored twice. As we mentioned, Justice Weirs went deep. There's Mason Rohatch. He's got a single to his name. Also drawn a walk, scored a couple of runs. First one high and inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Now Tri-Center will turn around and get ready for another battle in the Western Iowa Conference. So it's a 1-0 count to Rohatch. That'll be against Ottoman tomorrow night, and they get ACGC on Friday. So, I mean, they've got, they played Mo Valley last night, so 4 games in 4 days. That one's missed for a ball, 2-0 the count on Mason Rohatch. Bottom of the 4th here in Neola. That one sat on by Rohatch. It's a called strike, brings it to a 2-1 count.
You're able to rein it in a little bit and find the zone there after a couple of wide pitches.
You always want to be able to get that strike, 2-0, 3-0. That one's in there, so he's battled back now. A couple of strikes, 2-2 the count. Now, Treynor will return to action. They get Missouri Valley tomorrow, Thomas Jefferson on Friday. Then the WIC tournament starts next week on Monday. Here's the 2-2, low and away for a ball. Count now full from Caden Snyder to Mason Rohatch. 14-1 Tri-Center leading Treynor. Bottom of the 4th here on KMAFM. The payoff pitch on its way low, and Rohatch will toss the bat to the dugout and take first base. Trent Koschel, who has been Mr. Extra Base Hit for the Trojans so far this year, will step up, takes a practice hack, and now the lefty will step into the box. Rohatch at first. Koschel represents the game-winning run for the Trojans. Snyder checks Rohatch at first. Now the first pitch, Koschel sits on it, misses outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. So the 1-0 from Snyder to Koschel. Check Rohatch at first again. Pickoff play to Schiltz, and getting back safely is Rohatch. If you're Tri-Center, you really like where you are. I mean, you got nobody out, you got to run around. You can kind of find that line between being aggressive and not too aggressive as Koschel kind of lunges at one. He fouls it. Please don't hit the KMA vehicle, and it doesn't. It goes fouling out of play, though. I mean, it is insured, and it wouldn't be the first time something hit it this week. So, nonetheless, 1-1 the count from Caden Snyder to Trent Koschel. Koschel, a lefty, again going to take his talents down Highway 71 to play for the Bearcats. That one misses upstairs, and it's a 2-1 count.
Well, and something you notice about a lot of these Trojans players, the discipline that these players have, both at the plate, on the bases. These guys are well disciplined. They know when to take pitches. They know when to be defensive at the plate, and it's obviously resulted in the lead that we see right now.
Now Koschel sits on that one. It's a 2-2 count, so Snyder again battling back in the count a little bit. But looking for that third strike, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Tri-Center needing 2 runs to get the home win here on this Wednesday night Western Iowa Conference action. The 2-2 from Snyder. Koschel was chasing, and it's a called strike 3, or it's a swinging strike 3 nonetheless. Either way, it's an out, and up comes Brett McGee. And McGee's been able to score every time up. He's got on with a walk. He's got on with a couple of hits. He's bolstering that on-base percentage. And Caden Snyder on the bump, and McGee sends one to center, and actually will end up more like in short where Schrage is there, just like that. Tri-Center has 2 gone with as many batters. Now here comes Justice Weirs, who went deep earlier. There wasn't a lot of doubt about that one.
Southern Night Weirds has done it all tonight. First at bat, obviously, back in the first inning. A great battle between him and Wallace. Wallace is on the hum. Snyder probably wants to get out of here with Weirds, but that's going to be a tough challenge here.
Trying to maybe get Rohatch napping down at first, but to no avail. And 2 gone. 14-1 Tri-Center. Now, if Tri-Center is not able to play to run, we'll go to the top of the 5th. Treynor would have to put at least 4 on to keep this game going. Weir's chops one foul along the third baseline. 0-1 the count. We'll get a new baseball. Caden Snyder, the 3rd pitcher Treynor's used tonight. Justice Weirs coming in. If you're listening on KMA FM 99.1 and the Royals are on KMA 960, I'm sure you'd like to know Carlos Santana went yard just a moment ago for the Royals. There's the 0-1 from Snyder to Justice Weirs. And Weirs pops one up. Coming over from center is Chapman, making a diving play and able to do so in the outfield, and that is how the inning ends. So Tri-Center can't get any across, 14-1, but Treynor needs to get at least 4 across to keep this game going in the 5th here on KMA FM.
At the ARC Group, we take a disciplined approach to marketing. We understand that education and experience must be at the forefront of your decision-making process, and we also understand that all farms manage risk differently. This is Tim McGann with the ARC Group. I would like to meet with you, learn about your operation, understand your short and long-term goals, and then together we form a plan to maximize profitability on your farm. Call me at 712-370-3497 or visit us at agrisconsulting.net.
Sports teach our children important life lessons like how to work together as a team and the importance of a great coach. TS Prosperity Group, a division of TS Bank, understands the importance of a successful team, especially when it comes to your finances. Let TS Prosperity Group be the coach of your financial team to help guide you to success with the goal of sleeping better, knowing your prosperity is protected for the next generation. Contact tsprosperitygroup.com to schedule your free 30-minute consultation today.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMA FM 99.1 and video streaming online, KMAland.com. Huge thanks to Levi's son for helping us out with that all summer. We're kind of nearing towards the last couple of broadcasts with the video stream. We got one more tomorrow. Derek Martin will be in Clarinda for Creston Clarinda softball. As here's the first pitch of this inning to Peyton Chapman. Next week, no games on the docket. We're gonna be a little short-staffed next week. I'm gonna be on a beach in Jamaica, so I won't probably be thinking about KMA Land baseball too much, but maybe a little bit. As the next one to Chapman, foul back to the fence. I might occasionally check the box scores.
Honestly, all you're kind about on the beach is what's going on in front of you.
Yeah, but I mean, you're on a beach, so what else are you doing except sitting on a beach? Here's the 1-1 from Leighton Nelson to Peyton Chapman. Showing bunt. Chapman likes to do that. He pulls back, goes in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Leighton Nelson's been strong tonight for the Cardinals, only giving up 1 hit, only a couple of base runners, both of which came in the 3rd inning. Tri-Center put 10 on in the 1st. That's going to win you more games than it won't. And right now they're 3 outs away from a 5-inning win. Well, 4.5 inning win technically. Here's the first pitch to Chapman. Next pitch to Chapman. Swing on miss. Count now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Leighton Nelson.
One more.
To Peyton Chapman. And the 2-2 offering. Low and away. You know, Nelson's got we'll kind of watch it too next time. Kind of an interesting, when he comes up here and then he kind of moves down a little bit. So now he'll step off the hill, wipe some sweat off the forehead, and gets ready for the next offering. The 3-2 count. He brings the hands up high, then brings them down low, and the payoff pitch is in the dirt. So give Peyton Chapman the leadoff walk, and now Brock Poland up to the plate. 0-for-1 night. Treynor's still working their way through the order a second time. It feels like Tri-Center's been through it about 47 times. And Treynor has not had that luxury. Brock Poland and Brady Kaufman guaranteed at bats in this inning, and then Charlie Schrage, the 9-hitter, would like to at least give him a chance to keep this game alive. Nelson into his stance, first pitch, swinging and missing pole, and that one was high. Takes a hack at it. It's an 0-1 count. Wind dying down a little bit here in Neola. Ethan mentioned we're kind of in a pocket. We're shielded between the equipment shed and the bleachers. Beautiful setup here, though. 365, the dead center. Runner goes. Johnson comes up, throw down the line to second. Did he get him? I think he did. No, they're going to say it came off the glove. Heck of a throw by Johnson. Kojal there to get it as well. And I mean, Johnson's got an arm. He's a quarterback. He also, I mentioned early in the broadcast, Leighton Nelson's miraculous three-pointer against Treynor earlier this year that came on an inbound pass from Jackson Johnson. And one of the most insane games you'll ever see, and it gave me a chance to drop one of the loudest bangs you'll ever hear. As that one's popped up, and that is going to land just to our right, out of play. And it's a 0-2 count. So 0-2 to Brady Kaufman, or to Brock Poland rather. Brady Kaufman waiting on deck. Tri-Center inching towards a 14-1. Well, they got the 14-1 decision, but they're inching towards the 5-inning victory. And the 0-2 misses high for a ball. It's a 1-2 count. Again, Peyton Chapman is at second. Here at the top of the fifth, and if you're Tri-Center, just in terms of your rotation, you would love if Nelson can get you the dub here. Anytime you can only use one pitcher and a win, you'll take it. Here's the 1-2 offering from Nelson. In there, called strike three. Poland goes down. There's one gone. And Leighton Nelson with his fifth strikeout of the night, sixth strikeout of the night. Man, I just can't count. And two of which have been to the backwards kick. So Poland goes down. And now up comes Brady Kaufman trying to keep this thing going. One gone. A runner on second. Now that stolen base really kind of looming large because it takes a double play out. Now Kaufman swings it one low for a strike. So 0-1 from Leighton Nelson to Brady Kaufman. And the 0-1 offering on its way. Called strike three. Runner goes down the line. Throw to third. Hops. Rohatch can't get it. Sliding was Chapman. He gets up, gets to his feet, and a run scores. Cuts the deficit down to 12. Chapman's able to score on the air. Still one gone here in the top of the fifth.
While it is just one run, it is a little bit of positivity here for the Treynor Cardinals as they try to keep it alive here in the top of your fifth.
14-2 a swing and a miss, and down goes Kaufman, and there's two gone here. As long as you didn't have Tri-Center plus 12.5 or minus 12.5, you're okay with that. And if you are betting on high school games, you should probably get some help. Coming up now is Charlie Schrage, the 9-hitter, down to the final out of the game. 14-2, Tri-Center trying to hold on for a short victory here tonight. 4.5 innings. Leighton Nelson has been stellar. He's got Schrage, who is 0 for 1 tonight, and it's a 1-0 count. The 1-0 offering to Schrage, swing and a miss, strike one, and 1-1 the count.
And even here into the fifth inning, Nelson is still throwing some absolute fire into these batters right now.
He's giving him the heater. Here's the 1-1. From Nelson to Schrage, popped up. Looks like it's going to go foul and out of play. And it's a 1-2 count, and this game could be down to its final pitch if Leighton Nelson has the stuff. Charlie Schrage, the lefty, trying to keep this one alive. Again, it's 14-2. Tri-Center leading Treynor. Schrage sends one into the gap in center. It'll keep the game alive for at least a moment. Schrage gets on with a single. And it's up to the top of the order with Mason Yoakum. And Yoakum trying to keep this game going. Runner on first, and Charlie Schrage. 14-2, Tri-Center leading Treynor here in the top of the fifth. Yoakum chops one to third. The throw from Rohatch is there in time, and this one is a 14-2 Tri-Center winner. They put a 10 spot on in the first. Justice Weirs went deep in the fourth. Wade Nelson was stellar. Everything clicked for Tri-Center tonight. They get their 17th win of the year, 14th in the WIC. We will take a quick break. Back to wrap things up here in a moment on KMAFM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Seeing is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com. Bedford Drug offers more than just your prescriptions. They are now providing immunizations, including flu, pneumonia, and shingles vaccinations. Plus, they offer prescription synchronization for your convenience. Stop in and visit with pharmacist Mike Schweitzer for more information. See their expanded gift selection, too. Convenience, competitive prices, and people willing to help. Just a few reasons that Bedford Drug is the pharmacy with more for you. Get professional and experienced advice on the spot. Bedford Drug on Main Street in Bedford.
Welcome back to Neola here on KMAFM 99.1, Clarinda, Shenandoah, and for the second time in 6 as the Trojans' 11th consecutive win. A 10-run first for Tri-Center does the trick. Ethan Hewitt, if
I mean, just throwing heat to these batters. 7 strikeouts on the night, I believe. I mean, that is filling up the stat line. I don't think you could ask for much more.
7 strikeouts, only gave up 4 base runners, 2 hits. You'll take that right. You only use 1 pitcher, so you've still got the rest of your rotation that came into the night available, except for Nelson. We're kind of getting to the point of the season where you're playing a lot of games. Maybe injuries are adding up. Conference tournament come, that was huge as well. But the 10 spot in the first inning. It does a lot of things. One, it gives you a lot of cushion, maybe kind of takes the wind out of the sails for Treynor a little bit. But Tri-Center able to get the win. Justice Weirs had a 3-run bomb in the third. 10-1, the way Treynor can score runs, you're thinking 10-1, they can get a couple runs here. Maybe they can find a way to get back in, keep this interesting. Justice Weirs said, not on my watch, sends one to left center. And Tri-Center ends up getting the win. It's their 11th in a row. They're 17-1 overall now, 14-1. In WIC action. They'll turn around, play tomorrow night against an Ottoman team that is sneaky good. Treynor, meanwhile, will turn around. They drop 11-6 on the year, 11-4 in the WIC. And the Cardinals get Missouri Valley tomorrow night in senior night there in Mo Valley. It's a 5:30 start. They played an interesting one earlier this year with Mo Valley. Getting up early on them, Treynor ended up coming back, getting the 11-6 win. But it's a final here tonight from Neola. 14-2, Tri-Center gets the victory over Treynor. We'll have a complete recap available online later on tonight at KMAland.com. Reminder, tomorrow, Derek Martin has a Hawkeye 10 softball contest from Clarinda. Creston at Clarinda, 7:30 the start. Also video streaming, KMAland.com. That'll likely be our last regular season broadcast of the year. And I will see you in the postseason. Make sure to check out tomorrow, Creston and Clarinda with Derek. You've been listening to High Schools Baseball on KMAFM 99.1, Clarinda, Shenandoah. For Ethan Hewitt saying so long from Neola. For KMA Sports, I'm Trevor Mader.